And welcome back to an episode of Farewell Evangelion, the podcast where we go through the Neon Genesis Evangelion series bit by bit. My name is Keith, and I'm going through for my last time, and as always I'm joined by Peter.
Hello!
Who is going through for his first. And today we ended up going through the second volume of Angelic Days, the spin-off series based on that slice-of-life anime moment at the end of the Neon Genesis anime.
Yep.
So before we get into it, Peter, how was your prediction?
Slightly off.
A little bit.
I assumed Kaworu was going to bring Shinji to a cabin in the woods where no one else was around. But instead what happened is Kensuke brought Shinji to an abandoned mine in the woods with everyone else along for the ride.
Yes.
So, I was kind of...
Right ballpark.
A ballpark wrong ball.
Right park, wrong ball.
Yeah, there we go. So yeah, I don't know. I'm giving myself C. Just a C. No plus, no minus, just a C. Giving myself a C for my prediction.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
This is volume 2, chapters 5 through 8.
Yes.
This is where the story kind of starts getting back into what we know.
There ends up being an angel, maybe a second angel, depending on your view of angels.
Maybe even a third.
Maybe even a third. Maybe 4. Actually, you know what? If I do my math, there is potentially up to 4 angels, depending on how you want to count the
Under
angels.
a technicality, technically everyone we've seen is an angel so far.
And if you want to get real technical about it, the Lilians as a whole are considered one angel because they're the 17th angel or whatever it is. So we have potentially seen up to 5 angels in this volume. What a world we live in. So there was some details we kind of forgot to mention last episode that we should talk about real quick.
Yeah, just because it's a really good Asuka moment where it kind of leads into how this chapter starts up, which is in the previous one, Asuka notices that some girls are fucking around with Ray's bag and Ray's looking for it, so she goes off to get it. And like, oh, we're doing this because of you. You agree with this, right? Because she's fuck that kid.
Yeah.
And then Asuka's like, no, fuck you. And then we didn't see what really happens, but it's implied she beat the shit out of those 4.
Yeah.
And then took the bag, or at least fought them for it.
Not out of the question, she has been shown to be extremely physically violent in this story so far.
Yeah. And she gets the bag, and that kind of is the starting of them being friends in a sense. And then when they're walking home after the incident, she's like, Ray's like, I think I love Shinji.
Which is weird, because she's known him for all of a day at this point, and has called him a pervert at the beginning of it, accused him of peeping on her.
But he also showed her how to cook.
It's true, so, you know what? Worth it. Good friends.
Yeah. And then that's where the chapter starts off, is right after that moment, because that was the ending of the second volume, first volume.
Yeah.
And then, while this is going on, Asuka's like, what the fuck? An angel, or a giant being of light shows up, which is Adam.
Yes.
And this is the sign of things to come.
This is our first maybe angel, because it appears for a flash for a couple moments and it goes away, and Asuka, and I'm kind of with Asuka on this one, doesn't believe it's actually anything. She believes it's a big optical illusion that some magic shop is trying to advertise themselves by using this. So, I with Asuka agree. We actually only see 4 angels in this volume. Adam wasn't actually an angel.
This is a world where, because this is a world where Godzilla exists. Well, technically that's not correct. In this world, Japan, I think you need to always be ready for Godzilla. And
yes.
The fact that she was so blasé about possible Godzilla monster, a bit worrisome.
Yeah. But she was right in the end. It was nothing.
Yeah, don't worry
Nothing
about it.
happened.
Nothing to worry about.
Nothing to worry about. Yeah, so that happens. And then smash cut to them at school and all talking about this giant being of light.
Yeah, and then Kensuke's getting a lot more aggressive, and it's almost like Kensuke's forcing the love triangle. It's like, I gotta get in here before the door shuts.
Yeah, Asuka makes a point of we have to work on handouts today because Misato has fully phoned it in as a teacher and is no longer teaching. She's just giving them handouts every day.
I gotta wonder, was she even teaching at all?
Yeah, it's possible. So Asuka is like, oh no, we have to work on handouts, but I don't have a writing utensil to write with. Whatever will I do? Hint, hint, nudge, nudge, Shinji. Meanwhile, Shinji's out here
Shinji, go get me a pencil.
Shinji's like, oh, what do you know? I happen to have 2 perfectly good writing utensils. Would you like one, Asuka? And Kensuke's like, no, fuck you, Shinji, take my pen, Asuka. And Asuka's like, you don't even have a second pen, Kensuke. But
which, Kensuke, that's kind of fucked up on your part there. You're in school. You should have multiple writing utensils. You never know what's going to happen.
Yeah. Also,
this game that Shinji and Asuka are playing where they clearly both set this up beforehand is kind of fucked.
Yeah, the fact that Shinji very intentionally happened to bring a spare writing utensil, and Asuka very clearly happened to not bring any writing utensil.
We were one step away from the reveal being that Asuka's name was already on the pencil, implying that he stole it from her.
Yeah. Implying that she left it with him and he fucking took it.
I'm gonna be very overt about how I lost my pen when we're in class, and I want you to make a deal about passing this back to me.
Yeah. I want everyone to understand the relationship we have, and I don't want anyone to try and get between us. And then Kensuke's just like, but me, though! So yes, that happens. They have a slightly flirty afternoon, where they work on their worksheets together. Asuka...
Also, Kaworu's just sleeping on the desk in front of them.
Yeah. Asuka asks Shinji if he has feelings for Rei, and Shinji gets real fucking flustered, and he's like, I don't love her, that's a weird thing to ask a 14-year-old child, but like, I don't know, I'm curious about her, there's something going on there that we need to ask more questions about, which, I mean, yeah, good on you, Shinji, there are questions people should be asking about Rei, why are you the only one who's curious about this?
For example, why is she not wearing the school uniform?
Yeah. But that question gets addressed later when, fuck it, she's wearing the school uniform now.
Problem solved. Mystery closed.
Mystery closed. So at the end of the day, Shinji goes up to the library. Kensuke follows him because he can tell Shinji's unintentionally putting the moves on Asuka, and he wants to be around Shinji at all times to ensure that no moves are put on Asuka when he's not around.
Exactly.
So Shinji and Kensuke go to the library. Shinji explains that one of the reasons he likes hanging out in the library is in the morning before school, teachers will let you make phone calls in the library, which is such a weird thing to like about the library, but alright.
Can you believe this library has cell service?
At the same time, like, that's like, sorry, not to like harp on this, but that's like one of the few things that's not supposed to be a thing with libraries. It's like, it's not known for people going there and talking on the phone.
Why not the roof?
Really, though. Anyways, while this is happening, Asuka and Hikari, class rep, are having a little conversation about how Hikari hasn't confessed to Toji yet, but she's definitely going to, I promise.
She's going to his house and cooking him dinner. I don't think there's a confession needed here anymore.
Yeah. They're clearly...
They're already married.
They're already a married couple, and yet have not spoken about their feelings for each other at all, which is, you know what, kind of impressive, to be honest.
It just sounds like a married couple from the 50s.
Yeah. They married out of convenience, nothing else. It was good for, like, tax write-offs. That's the reason they're married.
And Toji can't cook.
Yeah. So yeah, that's what's going on with Hikari, but she promises she's going to confess. Also, this is the volume where I start to question whether or not this series was fucking sponsored by McDonald's.
Yeah. You fucking go into McDonald's in every chapter.
Yeah, so last chapter they went to McDonald's because Asuka was mad at Shinji and she forced him to go there and buy her a bunch of fucking food. And then this time around, Asuka, like, Shinji goes down and sees Asuka sitting alone sad in the room because Hikari straight up called her out and she's like, you have feelings for Shinji, you're not going to confess to him, are you? And she's like, I don't know, I like our relationship as is now. She's like, so you just only want to be friends forever, eh? And Asuka's like, what about that? And then she has a mental breakdown in the classroom after Hikari just fucking bounces after dropping that bomb on her.
In fact, both Shinji and Asuka kind of fall in the trap. Like, we're gonna be like this forever.
Yeah, we're just gonna be friends forever.
I don't need to change if Shinji doesn't.
Yeah. So, yes, Asuka brings up the idea of we should like hang out together. Let's go to McDonald's. And Shinji's like, yeah, of course, let's go to McDonald's. Let's also invite Kensuke. And Asuka's like, I just wanted to go with you, but alright, we can invite Kensuke. And she's like, we should also invite Kaworu. And Asuka's like, I don't like where this is going, Shinji. And then Shinji's like, let's also invite, like, Toji and class rep. And Asuka's like, no, fuck you, we're getting lunch, it's just the two of us. I know school's over, but
Misato. I met Ritsuko twice. Let's bring her into this.
Yeah. Also, like, I don't know, have I mentioned Kaworu? I really want to invite Kaworu. Can we invite Kaworu? Also, can we uninvite you and can I just go with Kaworu?
I gotta say, though, I very much love the concept of Kaworu and his ability to, on a dime, go from loving, caring, like, overwatcher of everything to, I will fuck you up if I have the choice.
Yeah. Which is great, cause...
Are you evil, or are you an ally, or an enemy? Oh, I'm an ally. To Shinji. And Shinji only.
Yeah, I am only Shinji's ally. That is my entire role in this universe. Which, yeah, this happens when, so, during this entire day, Rei was not in school. We find that she was at NERV doing NERV stuff.
She was on standby in case Angel showed up.
Yeah. As I said, she was at NERV doing NERV stuff. And so, Kaworu, like, shows up as she's leaving and, like, drops that bomb of, like, you've got feelings for Shinji, don't you? She's like, yeah. Why are you asking? Are you, like, a friend or a foe? He's like, I'm a friend. To Shinji and Shinji alone. Everyone else can fucking die for all I care as long as Shinji's happy.
Yeah, and it seems... Because Kaworu does love Shinji. Whether it's romantically or not, doesn't matter. He seems...
It's romantic, but yes, go on.
He seems set on, in this one anyways, kind of Asuka and Shinji solving their shit together.
Yeah.
But he's also fully set on, no matter what, not Rei.
Yeah. I don't know...
Rei gets nothing in this.
I don't know who ends up with Shinji. All I know for sure is that it's not Rei, and I kind of ship Asuka and Shinji. That's what I know as Kaworu.
Man, he really did watch Neon Genesis Evangelion.
Which is weird, because, like, this is the one where he's most vehemently against Rei, and based on my understanding of how the world works, this is the one timeline where Rei is just no part Shinji's mother. Like, there's just, like, Shinji's mom...
We don't know that for sure.
That's true. There's a possibility that Rei is Shinji's...
She could be a cousin.
In fact, that would make it more understandable why he's so opposed to their relationship. It's like, no, there's actual blood connecting you two now. This has to fucking stop. So yeah, good for Kaworu.
Yep.
So anyways, as previously mentioned, Kensuke finds a mine in the middle of the woods, an abandoned mine, and invites Shinji.
Also, this is a very Kensuke thing.
Yeah. Like, nothing specific. He's just like, I found an abandoned mine. Shinji, explore it with me. And Shinji's like, I don't know. And he's like, no, Shinji, we're exploring this abandoned mine together. See, what you don't understand, but I do, is we are romantic rivals. So I'm taking you to a secluded mine in the middle of nowhere. And we are going to just, like, figure this out. And then I'll leave the mine, and you'll, like, continue existing inside the mine in some capacity.
Can I bring Kaworu? Sure, I guess. I don't know.
Sure. What about Rei? Yeah, fine. Asuka, too? My plan is not going to work anymore, but fine. We're hanging out as...
We'll all go hang out in the mine.
As a class, we will go to the mine, and we will hang out there.
Oh, we're bringing on the student? No, only the 8 of us.
Only the 8 people whose names other people might know. Those are the ones who are coming with us to the mine. They're like 3 love triangles that are going on all at once. They're coming to the mine.
To be fair, Tochi and Hikaru was not really a love triangle.
Yeah, it's a love pairing.
It's a marriage.
Yeah. It's a marriage, and then we joked about it being an octagon previously, but it's not an octagon. It's a hexagon. It's a marriage and then a love hexagon, except it's not a hexagon, and I want to draw it right now so I can figure out what the shape is, because it's fucking... Kensuke likes Asuka.
It's a love Morbius strip.
Kensuke likes Asuka. Asuka likes Shinji. Kaworu likes Shinji. Rei likes Shinji. Shinji kind of likes Rei, kind of likes Asuka, has very strong carnal feelings for Kaworu.
I was going to say, if he's a misogynist, then it's Kaworu all the way.
Exactly. He doesn't know how he feels about Asuka or Rei, but he has strong carnal feelings for Kaworu. I can say that much. This one isn't canon, and all we know is Shinji has no carnal feelings for Kaworu in canon storylines, which means Shinji has carnal feelings for Kaworu.
I mean, it might have only applied to the anime run, honestly.
Yeah, that's true.
That's the only spot that got mentioned specifically.
My headcanon is that Shinji has carnal feelings for Kaworu in this story.
Oh, I think everyone who's listening up to this point is fully aware of that.
Okay, good. I just wanted to be very explicit. Speaking of explicit, now let me describe in detail what Shinji wants to do with Kaworu.
What Shinji wants to do with Kaworu?
Yeah, Shinji has strong carnal feelings for Kaworu.
Play sweet, sweet music.
Exactly. Anyways, yeah, they do their thing. They go to... Oh, also we missed the part where Asuka makes another ad for McDonald's, but after Hikari confesses...
Hikari, Rei, and Asuka all go to McDonald's and have the best time I think we've ever seen them have.
Yeah, it's... Asuka says she wants to congratulate Hikari on having a successful confession, so she invites Rei along as well. Mostly, I assume, just to keep Rei from getting closer to Shinji.
Well, yeah, that's the thing. If you're going to celebrate the best of times, you can only do it at McDonald's.
Yeah.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
It's Hikari's treat, because Hikari got the good news, which means she has to pay for everyone who did not get the good news.
I don't even know if Rei has money, honestly, so that's probably the best.
Yeah. And Asuka may or may not have money. She kind of makes it very clear that she's broke until the end of the month.
I mean, to be fair, I think Asuka has a lot of money, because I think she forces Shinji to buy her stuff.
Exactly. I think...
When she said she was broke, she meant Shinji's broke until the end of the month.
Asuka has whatever money she has, but she's not paying for anything. Shinji's paying for everything. But yeah, regardless, good news is happening. Only one place to have good news. I was about to say at Asuka, no, at McDonald's.
Or if you watch other anime, Whack-Donald's.
Whack-Donald's. Yeah. Anyways.
I don't know if it happened in the version you were reading as well, but Shinji actually specifically calls it Mickey D's.
He does. That happened in my version as well. Alright, so yes, back to the abandoned mine, which turns out to be a secret entrance to Nerve HQ.
Abandoned nerve facility, which, if it goes in... So this abandoned facility has an elevator that goes into the Evangelion hangar, and you had no one watching it, and your first reaction when the elevator started moving was, must be a glitch.
Well, must be a glitch, and then, nope, it's definitely moving. Probably intruders. We should take the action now to turn off the elevator. Why was the elevator not turned off by fucking default?
And why is no one watching the abandoned facility that has an elevator to
directly
the Evangelion?
to the Evangelion hangar? Oh my god. Oh, that was fucking a choice that they made right there.
Did Seeley build this facility?
Probably.
That's accurate. They
yeah.
probably had Kensuke's dad, the security guard, watching it again.
Yeah. Just standing there with his back to the entrance. He was told to stare directly at the elevator at all times with his back to the mine. Yeah, so that's what's going on there. They get to the bottom of the elevator, and Misato's like, alright, Ray, we need you to pilot...
Well, first she's like, how dare you hold this dangerous thing?
Yes. And then she's like, alright, Ray, we need you to pilot that Ava.
And Kaworu, I don't trust you, but I need you to be backup because you're kind of like the best one we got.
Yeah, you're the next best sync rate pilot that a robot. And Shinji's like, what? No? Nobody's demanding that I get inside a robot? Well, if no one's gonna demand I get inside a robot, then I have to demand that I get inside a robot. So fuck you, let me in the robot.
He's gonna do a showing.
Exactly. As we said...
Get in the robot, Shinji! Okay, Shinji!
As we have previously said, this is the timeline where Shinji has too much connection to Gendo. It rubbed off on him. This is Shinji being Gendo. To the point where Shinji gets in the robot, Yui bursts into the control room and she's like, did I hear Shinji got in a fucking robot? And Gendo's like, fuck off, it's fine.
Go back to your station, Shinji said he wanted this.
Yeah, this is Shinji's personal request. If he dies, then we can just be happy the two of us again and we don't have that dead weight hanging around our necks anymore. Is the subtext of what was said.
Yeah.
So yeah, we get to see the classic Unit 1 versus Satchel fight, except Unit 0 is also there.
Well, Unit 0 kind of goes through the Unit 1 stuff from what we know.
Yeah, Unit... So
because they can't really do Berserk mode in this situation, as you've caught on.
Yes, Unit 1 did the first Unit 1 thing, which was tripping and falling on its fucking face.
Yeah.
And then Unit 0 picked up the rest of the Unit 1 stuff, which is getting the shit kicked out of it by by Satchel.
Cranium fracture.
Yeah. And then Shinji does the Berserk stuff without going Berserk, but just, like, kills Satchel.
Yeah, use the power of friendship.
Yeah.
Which exists in this universe specifically, not the rest of the Genesis.
None of the other loops. It's just this loop, Kaworu turned on the power of friendship setting in the, like, world generator.
Exactly.
And it worked out.
Also, he decided that second impact would kill mothers.
Yes.
Assuming it happens.
Mothers are allowed to live in this time loop. Although we also just saw the flash of Adam, so that might have been second impact, and it was just a lot less impactful than from the actual second impact.
It was a second flash.
Yeah. Well then. Shinji kills the robot, everyone's like, thanks Shinji for saving the road. She's just like, but Ray got the shit kicked out of her, because I fucked up and didn't know what I was doing. And just like ran my mouth about how I was going to save for the day when I had no idea what I was doing.
Shinji's like, well, I guess this is what happens when I run my mouth.
Yeah. And so Shinji's like, no one should be thanking me. I'm the problem in this situation. And he's right. He's the problem in this situation. But Asuka gives him, like, a Coke that she's been carrying since he got into the robot, as far as I can tell.
This was apparently before the cave even, too, since she brought the drink with her.
Yeah.
So it's probably warm as all hell.
Oh, yeah. It's probably just a fucking room temperature soda, which is
room
delicious.
temperature root beer.
And Shinji drinks it, and he's like, thanks, Asuka. We should be friends again.
And then they all cry.
Yep.
The other interesting thing about this, too, is both Asuka and Shinji have someone directly call them out on their relationship.
Yeah.
It's a fun thing where they both pretty much have the same reaction of, like, nothing's gonna change, because they're... Well, with Shinji, it kind of comes off more like he hasn't thought about it.
Yes.
And then during this thing, he realizes, like, he even says Asuka's like, oh, I guess we have been friends for a long time. You know that anime trope where, like, the two childhood friends fall off? I just realized that could happen to us. Wouldn't that be funny?
Yeah.
And then Asuka actually contemplates the whole idea of being in love with Shinji because Kari and Ray call her on it.
Yeah. Also, another fun moment that we didn't discuss, but I want to talk about
is when Kaworu steals Shinji from Rei.
Yeah, so Shinji, they're all walking down the caves together. Shinji and Rei get kind of left behind, so they hold hands while they're catching up to everyone. And then Asuka goes to grab Shinji, gets like frustrated, and just walks off. And then Rei's like, this is my chance. I'm gonna reach out and like hold on to his arm for safety. And Kaworu just fucking puts his hand on Shinji's shoulder and gives fucking Rei the dirtiest side eye I've ever fucking seen.
Be gone!
This is my man. You fuck right off. I have been very clear in my stance of you and Shinji together, and it's a strong no. Fuck off.
I am ally to Shinji, and you are not.
You are problem. I will fix problem. Fuck off and die. So yeah, that's what's going on with Kaworu.
So I like how in this iteration of the series, everyone going off to a cave. My first thought is always, this is where, the get scared handhold scene's gonna happen, causing misunderstanding. And not where, normally I just, there's gonna be an angel in there.
Yeah. Well then, that was volume 2.
Yeah, definitely picks up things. It's kind of funny having a Neon Genesis story with angels and Evangelions being in the background.
But yeah, it's not even the B plot, it's like the C plot at this point.
Yeah, the B plot is very much, I would say, Toji and Hikari.
Yes. The A plot is the love triangles, the B plot is the marriage, and the C plot is the angels.
Yeah.
Yeah, that seems accurate. I'm really enjoying this so far, because as we kind of discussed last time, it's familiar themes, but done in a different way. And like, the idea that angels attack, and it's just like, half of one chapter is spent addressing it, and the rest of that around it is just like Shinji fucking demanding that he be allowed to pilot a robot.
That's probably the fun part of this whole thing. It's like, she's like, get me in that fucking robot!
Yeah. You're not putting my friends in the robot, you're putting me in a robot right fucking now!
I'll call my father!
Do you know who my dad is? He owns Nintendo!
Nerftendo!
Nerftendo! So that's what's going on with Shinji, and it's, it worked for him. He got in the fucking robot.
Yep. Shinji has a lot more agency.
Yep.
And that's why I kind of also mentioned in the last one, it seems more this is about Asuka.
Yes.
And her being able to move forward more so than Shinji. Because Shinji kind of just seems like blank slate almost in this one.
We kind of made this comment earlier on, when we were watching Rebuild and Neon Genesis Evangelion. But this time Shinji actually seems like what most protagonists in regular Neon Genesis would have been like. Except this
I need to do this for my friends.
Yes. My friends are in danger. I must risk my life to save them. It's what's for the good of humanity. That kind of stuff. That is Shinji this time around. Shinji is a lot more of default anime protagonist.
Yeah, and this one definitely will go more heavy into the anime trope. So that's kind of something to expect, essentially.
But it's fun. I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good times. We were had by all, I understand.
So any questions of anything so far?
No, man.
So, this, I guess it's kind of intrudes into next time on, but this is more of like general for the story. But what do you think the thing with Rei is going to be? Out of curiosity. I think you already know what the Kaworu thing's going to be, because we know how Kaworu works.
Yeah. I'm not sure. That's a good question. Something's definitely going on. I've been focusing
We've seen flash of her being in the lab. We know that she already worked for her, but she had the ID card as well, which Kensuke pointed out.
Yeah. Like, there's clearly something going on here. Maybe she is a clone again, but, like, different this time and no angel parts to it. Maybe she's just an angel that they found and encouraged to work for them for some reason. I'm not entirely sure what's going on there. I'm more so just focusing on enjoying the good time I'm having right now. It's weird.
She actually has the light hair and red eyes that are signature to Angel, the human form anyways.
Yeah. As does Kaworu.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Good times. That's what I'm expecting from her. I'm going to continue having a good time with this series.
Yeah. For the next 4 episodes of it.
God, why do the good times have to be so short? Well then.
Yeah, I guess we'll end up this episode here then. So if you have a question, you'd like to send a comment or anything else, you can reach us at whatismypodcastabout@gmail.com. Of course, we upload episodes every Wednesday. We upload to YouTube and most podcasting platforms. Please like, favorite, review, subscribe, pass it on to a friend, give a review, leave a comment. Word of mouth definitely helps spread this out to more people, and that's always great to have more people in the fan base. And, of course, we also have the Instagram page where we upload information about the series as we go through it, little facts, tidbits, and other things, as well as weekend polls. And, of course, as always, Peter, what can we expect next time on Neon Genesis Evangelion, Angelic Days?
So, next time we are going to see Kensuke confess to Asuka, which is going to create an awkward situation where she ends up accepting just to make Shinji jealous, and Shinji gets jealous and ends up hanging out with Rei to try and make up for it, and just so many misunderstandings spiral out of control from that point.
And, of course, plenty of fan service.
Yeah.